Let's see an example for rapid sand filter. Design a rapid sand filter to need 4 million liters per day of supply with all its principal components. So here in the example we can see they have asked only 4 million liters per day. This is the need to design a rapid sand filter. So a rapid sand filter has a wash trough. Say example, this is a rapid sand filter. Okay, say we'll cross section this one. This is the rapid sand filter. Okay, so the first part will be having a wash trough. So this part is called a wash trough, which we have to design, and then it has a filter sand layer. Say example, at this region is the filter sand bed, and beneath this one we have graded graded gravel, and then we'll have a perforated lateral. So here something, it looks like a chain kind of precipitation where it has different laterals. So these are called perforated laterals, and this body is called filter flow. So now we have to find the perforated lateral. In the first we'll start with, say, filter sand, a graded gravel, and perforated lateral, and then with wash trough, and we'll find the rapid sand filter, the entire dimension of the rapid sand filter. So step 1, the water required per day is 4 million liter per day, 4 mld. So the water required per day is 4 mld. Assuming that 4% of filtered water is required for washing off the filter every day. So we'll assuming that 4% of filtered water is required for washing off the filters every day. Okay, so therefore we have the total filtered water required per day is total filtered water required per day as, say, we have 4 mld. So 4 divided by, if it's a 4 percentage, we'll get a value as 0.96 ml, which is nothing but some around 4.167 million liters per day is used for washing purpose. Now we assume that point half hour is lost every day in washing the filter water required per hour. So we need washing of filters every day. It takes some half an hour for washing. So we can assume that half an hour is the lost every day because of washing the filter. So now, assuming that 0.5 hour is lost every day in washing the filter, water required per hour in washing the filter, water required per hour. So now we have to find the filtered water required per hour. So the filtered water required per hour is equal to 4.167 divided by, say, per day we have 24 hours. If we reduce half an hour, we'll get 23.5 hour million liters per day. So when we calculate it, we'll get 0.177 million liters per hour. Now we have to go for step 2. Assuming that the rate of filtration to be 5000 liters per hour, we have the area of filter required. Say we have to calculate the area of filter required. Step 2. So now here we are assuming the rate of filtration to be 5000 liters per hour, say per square meter. So we know that we have taken an example to design a rapid sand filter for the need of 4 million liters per day to supply with all its principal components. So we are assuming that to find the area of filter required, we are assuming that the rate of filtration as 5000 liters per hour per square meter. So therefore, the area of filter required, the area of filter required is equal to, we have already found the filtered water required per hour, which is 177 million liter per hour. So when we put it here, 0.177. So here million liter per hour will be converted as 10 to the power 6 divided by 5000, which is 35.46 meter square. So now we have to assume the length of the filter bed as 1.5 times the width of the filter bed, and these two beds will get the total area required. Now, assuming the length of filter bed, say this filter bed as 1.5 times the width of the filter bed 2. So the total area provided, in the sense, say the total area provided will be say we have assumed that L is equal to 1.5 times P. So total area required is equal to 2 into L into B. So area of rectangle is L into B. So here we are assuming like L is equal to 1.5 B. So now we get 2 into 1.5 B into B, which is equal to the area of filter is 35.46. So finally we'll get the breadth value, B value, since we have already found the area of filter required, which is 35.46, and the area of rectangle is like rectangular rapid sand filter is length into breadth. So we have assumed the length of bed 1 as 1.5 times the width of bed 2. So L is equal to 1.5, and total area required is 2 beds, since we have 2 beds. So 2 into L into B, and L, when you substitute L as 1.5 B, will get the breadth value as B is equal to 3.44 meter. So now we have to find L. So when we know that L is equal to 1.5 B. So L is equal to 1.5 into B, which is nothing but 1.5 into 3.44, which is, we'll get length as 5.16 meter. So L is equal to 5.16 meter. Now the total area required, we know the length and breadth value, so which is nothing but length is 5.16 into breadth is 3.44. So the area, total area of filter total area required is, say, filter area is equal to L into B, which is nothing but 5.16 into 3.44. We got 17.75 meter square. So this is the total area for required for filter. Now we have to find the design of sand bed depth. So earlier we know that in step 1 we have found the total filtered water required per day and filtered water required per hour, and then we have found the area of rapid sand filter as length and breadth, and finally we have found the filter area as 17.75 meter square. Now we have to design the sand bed depth, since we know that after wash trough we have filter sand and then graded gravel and then perforated lateral. So we'll start from here. So wash trough is the different area, in the sense different design. We'll see in the last, after getting all these value, we'll find the wash trough design value. So we'll move on with the filter sand, then graded gravel, and then perforated laterals, and finally with the wash trough design. So first, say this is step 3. This is design of sand beds depth. So here everything we are going to assume, in the sense we'll find the minimum sand depth by Hudson's formula. It's a default formula where we have to find all these values are default for rapid sand filter even. So let depth of sand D is equal to 600 mm. Effective size ds is equal to 0.65 mm, and then loss of head h is equal to, say we'll assume as 2.5 meter, and breakthrough index b as 4 into 10 to the power minus 4. So these are the, in the sense, default or constant values for sand bed depth for rapid sand filter. Now the minimum sand depth by Hudson's formula will be given as the minimum sand depth by Hudson formula is given by HS. Okay, HS is equal to RD cube, RDS cube into H divided by 29323 into B. So this is the Hudson's formula to find the sand bed layer depth of the rapid sand filter. So R value is rate. So 2 by 5 into ds cube is 0.65 cube into 2.5 divided by 29323 into 4 into 10 to the power minus 4. So everything we have here, and finally when we substitute we'll get 0.585 meter. When we converted it into mm, we'll get HS value as 585 mm. So therefore we can provide depth of the sand bed in the rapid sand filter of around 600 mm approximately. Next we have to calculate the graded gravel. So you can see we have found the filter sand. This is a default, so 600 mm will be the filter sand, and then we have to find the depth of graded gravel. So this is step 3, and now we are moving to the step 4. So say calculation of gravel beds depth. Calculation of gravel beds depth. So for gravel depth, it is given by a formula. So the gravel depth, we can coin it as Hg, is given by Hg is equal to 2.54 K into log dg. So this is the formula for finding the gravel depth in centimeter. Okay. So now we know that gravel we have two types of gravel: fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. So for sand we can calculate, we can find it the value as in mm, but for gravel we can calculate in centimeters, since the aggregate size will be larger than the sand. So where the Hg is the gravel depth in centimeter, and dg is the size of gravel in mm. and k will be the constant value. Constant means it has a constant value as 10. Okay. Now assume that the size of gravel changes from 3 mm at top to 50 mm at the bottom. The depth of layer are determined for different gravel size, and we'll see it as follows. So assume that the size of gravel changes from 3 mm at the top and 50 mm at bottom. Now the depth of layer will be, so we can take it as 3 mm, 6 mm, 12 mm, 24 mm and 50 mm to find the depth of the gravel. So first we'll take, say, for depth of layer, in the sense the different gravel size, for the size 3 mm, dg is equal to 3 mm. We have to substitute with this formula, gravel depth formula. We'll get hg is equal to, which is nothing but 2.54 into 10 into log 3 mm. So hg is equal to 2.54 into 10 into log 3. We'll get value as 12.119 centimeter. Similarly, for dg 6 mm, the hg value is 19.765 centimeter, and for dg 12 mm, hg is equal to 27.411 centimeter. And similarly, for dg 24 mm, hg is equal to, we'll get 35.057 centimeter, and for dg 50 mm, we'll get hg value as 43.154 centimeter. So now we have found the depth of the gravel as, so we have assumed like from 3 mm at the top and 50 mm at the bottom. We have found up to the 50 mm, so we can have the depth of gravel up to, say, 45 centimeter depth. So therefore the provide the depth of gravel as 45 centimeter. So next we are going to design the under drainage system, which is, under drainage system has the perforated laterals. Okay, we have found the filter sand, then graded gravels, depth of the graded gravel as 45 centimeter, and now we have to find the perforated lateral, which is called as under drainage system design. So we'll find under drainage design. So next we are going with the step 5. So step 5, design of under drainage system. Design of under drainage system. So let a manifold at lateral system be provided below the filter bed. For receiving the filtered water and to allow back washing for cleaning the filter, this consists of the central manifold pipe with the laterals having perforations at their bottom. To design the system, let us assume the total area of the perforations, all the lateral is 0.2 percentage of the total filtered area. Okay, so we'll assume 0.2 percentage laterals at all. Let us assume 0.2 percentage at all since laterals. So the total area of perforations will be the total area of perforations is equal to 0.2 percentage filter area, which is nothing but 0.2 by 100. We got the filter area. We have already found that it is 5.16, right? The filter area we have found out here is, say, 5.16 is the length and breadth is 3.44. We'll round it up as 5.2 meter, and this as 3.4 or something like that, or we'll keep it same value. We'll keep it 5.6 meter and breadth as 3.44 meter itself. So 5.16 into 3.44, we will get 0.2 divided by 100 into 5.16 into 3.44, we'll get 0.0355. So this is in meter square, 0.035 meter square. And now in the step 4, we are going to assume the area of each lateral. Now we have found the total area of perforations. Perforations are nothing but, we know that, so these are the entire area is called perforations, and each and every perforation has laterals. So now we have found the total area of perforations, which is nothing but 0.0355 meter square. Now we have to find the total area of laterals. So now, assuming the area of each lateral, as 2 times the area of perforations. Say for 30 mm dia perforations, we'll consider as 30 mm dia perforations, which is 2 times the area of the perforation. So now assuming the area of each lateral as 2 times the area of perforations, say for 30 mm dia. So now the total area of lateral is equal to 2 by the total area of perforation is 0.035 meter square. So we had value as we got as 0.07 meter square. Now assuming the area of manifold to be above twice the area of laterals, we'll be finding the area of manifold, which is nothing but 2 into 0.07. So we call it as step 5. So it's just step 6. Okay, sorry. So we are assuming the area of manifold to be above twice the area of laterals. above twice the area of laterals, okay, which is nothing but, say, area of manifold is equal to 2 into 0.07 meter square. We'll get 0.14 meter square. So this is the area of manifold. Now what will be the diameter of manifold? The diameter of manifold will be pi d square by 4 is equal to 0.14. So we'll see here. The diameter of manifold D, we can coin it as, say, pi d square by 4 is equal to 0.14. So d square will be, say, 0.14 into 4 divided by pi. We'll get 0.173. So therefore we'll get d value as 0.42 meter. So this is the diameter of manifold. So hence use 45 centimeter dia, since this is in meter, 0.42 meter. So we can put it as 45 centimeter. We can convert meter into centimeter as 45 centimeter for the diameter of manifold. So use this 45 centimeter dia of manifold pipe laid length by along the center of the filtered water bottom. Therefore, the laterals running perpendicular to the manifold widthwise, the manifold may be laid at as the spacing of 15 centimeter. We can keep the spacing between the lateral to the lateral minimum 15 centimeter to maximum 30 centimeter. So when we see the image, when we see this figure which I have drawn earlier, each and every lateral has some gap. So it should be like, say, 15 centimeter minimum, and the maximum gap will be 30 centimeter. So this will be the lateral distance. So here we can assume that the lateral spacing, okay, so the lateral spacing is assumed to be 15 centimeter. So now the number of lateral will be given as, therefore the number of lateral is given as, so we know that the length of the rapid sand filter is 5.16 into 100 divided by 15 centimeter. Why we are changing into 100 is, so that is meter, we are converting it to centimeter, 100. So we get the value as 34.67, which is nothing but 35 numbers of lateral required. So in this figure you can confirm that 35 numbers of laterals are required based upon the length of the rapid sand filter. Next, on the either side of the manifold, hence we can use the laterals in all units, each units, okay. Say we got 35 number laterals, that number of laterals 35 numbers. This is for the one side. So the rapid sand filter has this perforated area and these are the laterals. We have calculated for the, say, a bottom layer or the top layer of a lateral, which is 35. When we add the above, in the sense one more layer, we'll get 70. So the total laterals required for a rapid sand, this particular rapid sand filter for 4 million liter per day will be 70 numbers. So 35 numbers of lateral is for one side. The other side, hence, you can put hence, the other side of lateral will be 35 numbers. Therefore, 35 plus 35 lateral, which is nothing but 70 laterals in all, say in each unit. Next, we are going to find the length of each lateral. So this is step 6. Now we are going to step 7. The length of each lateral. It is given as width of filter by 2 minus diameter of manifold by 2. So the length of each lateral is given as width of filter by 2 minus dia of manifold by 2. So the width of filter, we know the length of filter is 5.16, the width of filter is 3.44. So 3.44 divided by 2 minus the diameter of manifold is 0.42 meter. So 0.42 by 2, which is nothing but we get 3.02 by 2, 1.51 meter. So now we can adopt the 30 mm dia perforations in the laterals. Therefore, we'll be having the total area of perforations as 0.035 meter square. So say now we adopt the 13 mm dia perforations in the lateral. Okay. So we have total area of perforations, which is equal to 0.035 meter square. When we convert it into centimeter, 350 centimeter square. So the diameter will be x into pi by 4 into 1.3 the whole square. So this is the common formula to find the diameter of perforations. X into pi by 4, since we have assumed 13 mm, it's 1.3 the whole square centimeter. So now when we solve, we'll be getting, say, what is the x? X is the total number of perforation in all 70 laterals. So I'll mention here, where x is equal to total number of laterals in all 70 laterals. The total number of perforations in all 70 laterals. Say example, total number of perforations in all 70 laterals which we have found earlier. And now x is equal to 350 into 4 by pi into 1 by 1.3 the whole square. So we'll get x value as x is equal to 263.8, which is, we can round it up as x is equal to 264. Now the number of perforations in each lateral will be 264 divided by 70. So we found that totally for the entire rapid sand filter we'll have 70 laterals. So on the one side we had 35 numbers and we have added up to the other side also, so we got 70 laterals. So here we have found that the total area of perforation is 0.035 meter square. We have this, and this is the diameter of perforations. When we solve, we got as 264 as the x value, total number of perforations in all 70 laterals. And then now the number of perforations in each lateral will be 264 divided by 70. So we'll get some value. How much we are getting? Say the number of perforations in each lateral, lateral is equal to 264 divided by 70. This is nothing but you're getting 3.77 and sum it up as 3.8. So 3.8 number of perforations needed for each lateral. Now we can go to step 8 to find the area of perforations per lateral. Step 8, area of perforations per lateral. Okay, so same way we know the formula, pi d square by 4, x into pi d square by 4. So here the area of perforation is, we have round up as 3.8, say we'll take 4 into pi by 4 into 1.3 the whole square, which we have assumed here 13 mm dia perforation lateral. So this we'll coin it as say centimeter square. Finally we'll get 5.30 centimeter square. So now the area of each lateral will be twice the area of perforation per lateral. So twice means say the area of each lateral is equal to twice the area of perforation per lateral, which is equal to 2 into 5.30, we'll get 10.6 centimeter square. So the diameter of each lateral, when we go to the diameter, we'll get, since we have found this much of values, we have found the area of each lateral. Now we have to find the diameter of each lateral, is equal to root of 10.6 into 4 by pi, which is nothing but we'll get 3.67 centimeter. We'll round up as 3.7 centimeter. So now you know the diameter of each lateral, right, as 3.7 centimeter in the rapid sand filter. Now hence we have used 70 laterals for each unit of 3.7 dia at 15 centimeter cross section, each having 4 perforations of 13 mm size with 45 centimeter dia manifold. So this is what we have found up to this level. Now we have to check whether the length of each lateral and divided by the diameter of lateral are getting a value of less than 60. So we have to check. So now we have to check in the sense, length of each lateral divided by dia of lateral. Length we got as 1.475 meter and dia of lateral we got as 3.7 centimeter. So here we have got the value as the length of each lateral is 1.51 meter, and the dia of each lateral is 3.7 centimeter. Okay, so 1.51 divided by say 3.7. How much we are getting? 1.51 divided by 3.7. So when I convert the centimeter, this is meter and this is centimeter. Say I am converting this to meter, we are getting as 4.081. And when we go with the meter, we'll get 40.81, which is less than 60. So it should be less than 60. So hence it will be fine. In the sense the check is correct. We can move with the next step. Now let us assume that the rate of washing of filter be 60 centimeter per minute or 0.6 meter per minute. So we'll move on with the next step. This is step number 9. Step 9. So let us assume that the rate of washing of filter be 60 centimeter per minute or 0.60 meter per minute. So the wash water discharge is equal to 0.60 into, you got at 5.16 into 3.44 is the rapid sun filter size, length into breadth, divided by 60. So we'll get the discharge value as 0.177, so 77 meter cube per second. And now next step is, we'll move on with the step 10 to find the velocity of flow in the lateral for wash water. So velocity of flow in lateral for wash water, which is 0.177 divided by velocity of flow. We know that value x into, to find the diameter, pi d square, x into pi d square by 4. So 70 laterals we are having, so 70 into pi by 4 into t square is, we know that diameter is 3.7, right? Diameter of lateral is 3.7 centimeter, so 3.7 by 100, since it is a centimeter we are converting it, the whole square, pi d square by 4 is meter per second value, so we'll get 2.36 meter per second. Similarly, the velocity of flow in manifold will be the discharge by area. So we'll also find that manifold velocity of flow in manifold, which is discharged by area, it should be, we should get minimum, in the sense less than 1.8 meter per second. So similarly, velocity of flow in manifold is equal to discharge by area. Discharge by area is equal to 0.177 by pi by 4, 0.45, right? 45. The manifold diameter is 0.45, the whole square, just meter per second. So we know that manifold diameter is 0. This is centimeter, so 0.45 is the meter. So finally we'll get 1.11 meter per second. So this should be less than, the sense less than 1.8 meter per second. So the check is okay. The sense it's fine. Next we are going to design the wash water trough. So we have came to the final level of designing the rapid sand filter. So now when we look onto the figure, we can able to understand that we have found the filter sand, we have found the graded gravel, and then we have found the perforated laterals, the manifold, the lateral diameter, the length of the lateral, the two sides of the lateral, the entire area of the perforation and area of the lateral, and then we have found the check whether the length by diameter is less than 60, and then we have moved with the in the sense we have finally found the velocity of the flow in the lateral, which is also less than 1.8 meter per second, which is fine and good. And now we are going to find the, in the sense, design the wash trough. This is the final part of the design of rapid sand filter. So this is step number 11. So this is step 11, design of wash water trough. So wash water trough, as as said earlier, are generally kept at above 1.5 to 2 meter apart. So in a width of 3.4 meter of filter bed, let us provide 3 trough. Okay. So in the sense what I tried to tell is, when you look into the figure, you can able to understand. So we have finding here as one trough. Say the length of the rapid sand filter is, we have found as 5.16 meter. So sorry, this is the length and this is the breadth, 3.44 meter. So similarly we can keep 3 water trough. We guess, we can assume that we can adopt 3 water trough, wash water trough. So we have one here, and in between, in the side, we'll be having second one, and between we'll be having 3 water trough. So let us provide 3 troughs. Let us provide 3 trough for our rapid sand filter. At above, we can, since our width is, say, since the width of the filter B is equal to 3.44 meter, we keep the, in the sense, dimension of the wash water trough as 1.5 to 2 meter apart. Okay, so let us assume a trough, 3 trough. Okay, you know that, assume 3 trough. The width of the filter is 3.44 meter, is the filter bed. So 3.44 divided by 3, we'll get 1.13 meter apart. And now the total wash water discharge of 0.177 meter square per second enters these 3 troughs. Now we have to find the discharge in each trough. Therefore, discharge in each trough is equal to, we know the discharge is 0.177 divided by 3 troughs. This is a meter cube per second. So we know that 0.77177 is the wash water discharge value. So we got the discharge in each trough as 0.059 meter cube per second. So the dimension of concrete bottom trough are now designed by empirical formula. So the empirical formula is this one. Empirical formula can be given as for the discharge, say Q is equal to 1.376 into B into y to the power 3 by 2. This is the empirical formula where Q is the discharge in meter cube per second and B is the width of trough in meter. We'll also say we can also assume y value here, and then y is the water depth in trough. Y is equal to water depth in trough, it's in meter. So now let us substitute these values there. So we know the Q value. So this discharge is known as Q. So Q value is, say, let 0.059 is equal to 1.376 into that y into y to the power 3 by 2. So we know that B is equal to y. We are assuming it as y. This is the empirical formula. In the sense, we have to find the water depth in each trough. So don't confuse that. This is not a in the sense width of the filter. This B is a different width of a trough, this wash trough. So when you substitute all these value, now what you will get? Say when you calculate all those things, we will get y value as, say, 0.043 to the power 2 by 5 is equal to, you will get a y value as 0.28 meter. Then when you convert it into centimeter, you will get 28 centimeter. So this will be the water depth in each trough. So keeping 5 centimeter freeboard, adopt depth of trough. In the sense, say example, you are adding 5 centimeter with the y value water trough, you will get 33 centimeter. So keeping 5 centimeter, say we will take 5 centimeter freeboard, adopt depth of trough is equal to, so 28 plus 5 will get 33 centimeter. So now we know we have found the wash water trough size as 28 centimeter by 33 centimeter. Now when we put it in a diagram, say this wash water trough, when we put it in a diagram based upon our design findings, we'll get like this. We have assumed 3 wash water trough in the rapid sand filter. So we'll put like this, 3 wash water troughs. Okay, like this. Say this is the front view of the, in the sense, when we look at the side of the rapid sand filter, we get the image like this. Okay, so we have found the breadth of the wash water trough as 0.28 meter, right? So which is nothing, we told that y is the width of trough. So width of trough is 0.28 meter, and the entire rapid sand filter, say the rapid sand filter starts from here to here. Okay, beneath this we'll be having sand and gravel, etc., etc., and then finally we'll have perforated layer, and then we'll have the filter bed, the body of the filter. So total is, we had 3.44 meter as breadth of the rapid sand filter. We have found that from one trough to the other trough, the length of, in the sense the width of the distance between one trough to the other trough is 1.13 meter. So we have found the trough as 1.13 meter apart from each and every trough, and similarly for this area also 1.13 meter. And when we calculate all those things, when we solve all those things, remaining the distance available is 0.57 meter. Okay, so we have found the design, in the sense the wash water design, and with this we will conclude the entire design process of the rapid sand filter. So now we have found the filter sand design, we have designed the filter sand dimensions, length and breadth, and we have found the graded gravel dimension, and we have found out the perforated laterals, and finally we have designed the wash water trough. So the entire rapid sand filter gets completed, and this is the design for 4 million liter per day capita demand for the supply. Thank you.